Hi everybody, this is already 13th edition of Ljubljana Talks, and this time it's a special edition. We are here at IMEX in Frankfurt in a good company of Sofiya Kayinska from Lviv Convention Bureau and of course Jan Oršič from Ljubljana Convention Bureau.
Hi everyone, so yeah, it's an improvised studio, but with Gorazd we said we gotta do it. We have to make some Ljubljana Talks at IMEX because this is history in the making. We are back in action. The industry, the meetings industry is coming back, the suppliers are coming back, and it's an exciting time, and we want to mark it as a special moment, after all related with what we are doing with Ljubljana Talks. And Sofiya, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you for inviting, actually, because as you said, it's improvised. So let's see what you ask me, what I can tell you.
But how do you see the return or the start of the return of the meetings industry in general? Being at IMEX, what does it mean to you?
Actually, it's a great opportunity for everybody because I see that now people are really happy to meet. It's a little bit challenging because we used to be at home near, like in front of our screen and not used to so many people right now. So it's a challenge a little bit, but everyone is happy to be back in business, to promote and do what we like to do.
So Sofiya, my first question is, when can we expect the return of live events in Lviv? And what can you say about the state of the meetings industry at this particular moment? Even in the war, actually, some events are going on. So what can you say about that?
To my surprise, we actually have the events in Lviv, so they're going back. We had the business forum recently. And what is interesting about this forum, it was already considered that it will be in the place where you don't have to stop the program, that you can continue the program. So it was in the shelter, so downstairs, -1. We have some places where we can do it. And also some of charitable events, not the convention, but the conferences are going on live, face to face. And then there are also conferences who support Ukraine, and they are charitable. They gain the right people of their industries, and they also donate. So that's a great idea as well.
But yourself also organized a big event. It was a marathon, actually. What can you say about that? A few weeks ago.
In April, actually.
In April, yes.
So it was another crazy idea how we can promote, how we can inform what is happening in Ukraine, what is happening in Lviv. That was the project together with our good friend Krzysztof Celuch from Polish side. We decided to combine Polish experts and Ukrainian experts, so it has the added value not to talk just about the war, but of course what we can do to create peace when we are at the meetings.
Yeah, well, I totally agree with the idea that the meetings also creates dialogue, and that for the peace we need a dialogue. And of course when there is no dialogue, again we are coming back to the war. So this is a kind of tool we can provide as a meeting professionals, and every war must end at the actually meeting itself. So what can you say and comment about that? Do you agree with this idea that we can create dialogue within our industry?
Definitely, we are actually creating those dialects now, because even being in IMEX and talking to other people, because they're saying they are telling us, like, giving this support that we need. They tell us about the initiatives that are going on in their cities. We have the support from other convention bureaus, other organizations, not just telling us, yeah, we support, but also by doing something, by some discounts when people are coming from Ukraine to their countries, to their cities. So yeah, and meeting here, maybe can also give the idea, because when you know the person, you take it personally for yourself. When something is happening in their country, in their city, you're also afraid about them because you care. And the more we meet, the more people we know, the more we care. So yeah, that's the idea.
It's a beautiful answer. I wanted to ask you something a little bit different. Now, we know that convention bureaus, destinations, we do contingency plans. We make emergency scenarios, right? But you have an experience that something terrible actually happened. So what happened with the convention bureau? What are the functions that you have perhaps taken anew? What old functions do you continue to do? How do you see your role as a part of the mosaic of services that the city has at the moment?
At the beginning of the war, I joined the team of Lviv Tourism Office. They are actually in charge of press who is coming to Ukraine. Well, the first stop is of course Lviv. They get all the information there, and of course it was intense the first 2 months that I worked with them together. Still doing my job and informing our community, our MICE community, about what is happening in Ukraine and how can you help. So yeah, that were my first 2 months, and of course my team also informed everyone on social media. We were trying to connect some people that we know to share the idea that Russian members should be expelled, not just because they're Russian, but because being in associations also those financial connections are very dangerous. So when you have business with Russia, which your tax is going to Russia, then that's the sponsorship of war, because then the bombs can be bought, then they can pay some other people just to shoot in Ukrainians. So that's what we want to tell the world, to stop business with Russia, and then it will, maybe pause, maybe stop their actions as well.
Sofiya, there was quite a lot of reactions from the meetings industry in Europe. How do you feel about it? Was it good support? How do you feel that we are a community who is together in hard times and in good times, or you don't feel it like that? So what are your personal feelings about it? Yes, I see a lot of hugs here actually, and a lot of people coming to you.
Yeah.
Not just to say hello, to give you a support.
Yeah, I'm overwhelmed. And I thank everyone. Yeah, because it's a huge support.
Yeah, because we saw how IMEX stepped up. We saw different associations step up. We are trying, with Gorazd, we come from a country that had an experience not that similar, but still it was a war only for 12 days. And we know how important it is that you send the right message out.
Yeah.
And we always feel that the aggression or any kind of force is never a solution. We need to talk. That's why we work in the meetings industry, because by meeting we are going, past that personal idea or demonization of anyone, and we have to resolve everything through a peaceful way. And I think in 21st century that is the crucial thing, and we need to talk about how the meetings industry is adapting to the 21st century and understanding our roles as convention bureaus, but also the whole supply chain, how we need to, in a way, also pressure our partners and talk to them and provide help if needed, to support each other in a dialogue. And I wanted to ask you, because we are now here in Frankfurt, IMEX is back. Like Gorazd said, there's a lot of love and support here on the stand. It's very emotional. How do you see the way forward? What's your vision?
For the Convention Bureau or in general?
Both.
Okay, so we continue working. It was a challenge for me to go back to BITS actually, because like informing people, that's good, but still we need to be ready when the war goes to end, when Ukraine wins, because we are sure about that. And of course, we need this fast start to rebuild our economy, to get specialists who can come and share knowledge to support our specialists, and of course our experts in different fields, doctors, PCOs even, like a lot of different spheres. Now they can share, like from Ukrainian side, what has happened, to analyze everything, and to share this with the world, because I think it is very important to know that there was something. You should learn the lesson, not to have it one more time, the situation, but still to be prepared. That's why, I'm going back to the BITS, because our professor said that, we decided we will apply for the Congress in 2026. Like, wow, I'm happy. Yeah, that's a good idea. And what I like also, the conferences who actually were supposed to happen this year, they said, okay, we will postpone till the next year. We won't do this year. Let's do it next year, but it should be in Lviv. So that's a good idea.
That's great. I mean, because Lviv, I think you're doing an amazing job. You were doing an amazing job before as well. And you are a very active member of the meetings industry globally. And hearing these things that, you're looking to the future, because we are the industry of the future. We work years and years in advance. We know how to plan. We know how to prepare, right? So it's something that you mentioned briefly, and it's, I think, very important. It's this, optimism that I think also comes when you're talking, and I love that. But tell me, when we are talking about international meetings coming back to the destination, do you think that the COVID experience, when you said the postponement, not cancellation, do you think this is actually a helpful situation for you in understanding this concept of postponing?
I think that even though COVID was like dark times, let's say, for meeting industry worldwide, it taught us that some of the things can be done online, and it's not so bad as we thought it could be. We got used to this, and it actually gives more opportunities, because, for example, I could give a speech in Greece, still I don't have the opportunity, but I need to send the message, and it's good I have the opportunity to just be online, to be on the screen, say hello, tell everyone what is happening. And then it also touches when it's emotional, when it's like through your heart, people feel it. So that's also a good thing, that right now we understood that we could pass the message not being in UN assembly, not being in some American, for example, events or whatsoever. We can still be there virtually and still get the right message to right people.
Exactly. So
that's what COVID actually taught us.
Because when you think about it, we started this whole idea came out of the dark times of COVID, but there are tools that we can use to help us get across, whatever the bad situation is, and plan for the future. I feel when I talk to you that there is a really strong sense of optimism, and I really, really like that.
I think that actually what helped that I work in the industry is that plans like 2-3 years ahead, because the first idea, like, we need to talk to our industry, we need to do the bids, and my team was like, really, like in April, like maybe it's not the time. And now when our professors are ready, so I'm convinced that everything can be all right.
That's a great story. But coming back to the MPI meeting yesterday, hybrid, not hybrid, live, digital. What is your opinion about that? There was no final conclusion, but I'm really interested what you thought about it, what you think about it.
Well, I'm more like a face-to-face person, so I like being with people and feel them, because not always you can feel people and engage and get new contacts and new friends, what is more importantly, via screen. Well, it depends of course on the conference. When you just have like talkings and whatsoever, that's one format, but you can do it really interactively. We were talking about the meta world, we were talking about the hybrid, like people being here and people being and seeing the conference on the screen. So I think when we have this opportunity, why not use it? The technologies actually give us this opportunity, and it also depends on the event itself. What are your aims? If your aim is networking, which is like or experience, of course you should meet face to face. When you want knowledge more, and it can be without like practice, so of course online is also good, because for example some people don't have the opportunity to visit other seminars, for example like now in Ukraine, right? People are still taking part in conferences. They are still holding the conferences, and yes, they do it hybrid. So if there is an opportunity to do the hybrid, I would do the hybrid, not completely online. Just, yeah, you can interact, but still.
One more question: how to make the industry better? What is your opinion about it?
Engage with people, talk to people, try to feel their mood, their intentions. You know, when you meet people and you see that it's like just to put a tick that yeah, I met this and that, so you already see that that thing. But when people are like deeply into your conversation with you, so it's another story, I would say. So just meet, engage, drink coffee, eat breakfast together, get more knowledge from each other and try to understand each other.
That's great. I think that what you just said is like the essence of the meetings industry, and it's about meeting, sometimes even virtually having a breakfast perhaps, but it's about listening to each other and getting the right message across. And I want to thank you for your time and for this great debate and Ljubljana talk, and we cannot wait to see you in Ljubljana.
I hope we will have a chance to come.
Thanks a lot, Sofiya.